Hi guys, day one. So it is day one post-op. Operation was yesterday. Operation was successful. I'm going to quickly run through what happened, my thoughts and the look going forward. So I have my new hair now. I'm just waiting for those babies to start growing. And I'm now in the recovery phase of my hair transplant. I got picked up from the hotel after breakfast around 8:45, and in total it was a 7.5 hour duration. So from getting into the hospital to leaving the hospital was around 7.5 hours. Started with a consultation, looking at the back of my hair to see the health of my hair, and then drawing on the hairline where I wanted the hairline to sit. Had the conversation about the thicker, fuller hair, in which we had a very good discussion with the doctor where expectations were then put into place. So by that, reflecting on my research, the expectations actually really helped me. So when you look at people that have had hair transplants, or you look at those people that you see around you and think, I wish I had hair like that, well, the obvious answer is you're never going to have hair like that because that's not your hair. So the hair that you will get on the top of your head will massively be reflected by the hair you have on the sides and the back of your head. If you've got thick, long, bushy, curly hair this side, then you're going to have that on the top, obviously. But if you've got fine hair like myself, then you're only going to get fine hair above. So the golden nugget of this was, I then said, well, look, you know, it's definitely going to look better than it currently is. The doctor then just gave me a bit of a giggle and a smile and went, of course. And that was that. Then had the hair shaved. So we went in, got changed into a medical top, and then my bloods were taken. So a cannula was put in my arm and the bloods were taken to do the blood tests. The cannula then stayed in the arm because later on there was an antibiotic being delivered, administered by drip. So that stayed in for the whole procedure. And then we started with the anaesthetic. I opted for the pain-free anaesthetic, which the initial few blasts of anaesthetic, shall we say, are delivered through a charged EpiPen. There's no needle in this. It's charged with air, and then when they push the button, it basically blasts the anaesthetic that hard that it goes through the skin and numbs the area. They go around the donor area, and from there they start using that as a base to start moving in to numb the rest with a needle. At points I could feel the needle. It was painful. In theory, you know, it was about a 7 out of 10. In practice, it felt like a lot worse. But looking back now, yeah, it was about a 7 out of 10. I think it was just the case of not knowing. So not knowing when it was going to stop, not knowing how it was going to feel, how long it was going to go on for. They start extracting the follicles. They're using a machine that has a spinning blade that goes around the follicle. You can hear that spinning blade in your head because obviously it's so close to your ears, but you can't feel it. The other thing you then get is they're pulling the follicles out. You can feel the tugging and you can hear the noises being made as it's coming out, but you can't feel any pain through that. Towards the end of the extraction, I could start to feel a little bit of a twinge. It was more of an annoying pain than a pain. Let them know anaesthetic was in, and that was it. It was numb. Went and had lunch. Lunch was lovely. Came back in and we started the procedure. The first half of the procedure, so the extraction, the only thing that you have to try and get your head around is the uncomfortable positions they put you in. So you're lying on your front face down in a massage type chair, but then at certain points when they're starting to take out of this side or starting to take out of that side, they ask you to turn your head, and it's not a natural position for you to lie in. So it does feel uncomfortable, but it's bearable. The top, when that was getting done, same again with the anaesthetic, so the blasts and then numbing in, that seemed to go a lot quicker than the back, although I for some reason thought the top was probably bigger area than the back, but it didn't seem to take that long. Tested to see if it was numb. It was numb and we were good to go. At this point, had my music in, I was listening to an album, and it started. So I used the DHI procedure, which is basically they place the follicle inside of an injector pen. They then inject that and push the follicle in and then remove the pen. So the FUE method, which is more commonly used, is an incision and then they drop the follicle in. So there's two parts to that, whereas with this one it was kind of two birds with one stone, and once that was done, the follicle was there. All in all, that procedure was absolutely fine. Wasn't really that uncomfortable, to be fair. There was a certain point when it was starting to do the back area of the head where I had to put my head back, and it felt, because the skin obviously is soft, it felt like it was going in and then pushing down a bit. So I did have a bit of a tug every time. That didn't last that long. The pain did come slightly around the top area here, and that was towards the end of the procedure. Same again, just let them know, they numbed it, that was it done. Pain again, that was probably a 3 out of 10. It was more of an annoying pain than an actual hurt. Once the procedure was done, bandage was placed on and I was good to go. I was told obviously to sleep upright. I bought a really good memory foam neck pillow from Amazon, and it was an absolute godsend. It was about £18 and probably the best purchase this whole trip. The other thing to help with the swelling is they recommend that you drink as much water as you possibly can. So 2 litres minimum, but anything more than that is a bonus. So I think I went through about 3.5, possibly 4 litres of water last night. Pain wise now, there's nothing. Literally no pain whatsoever. It still feels a little bit swollen. It's sore at the front of the head here, but other than that, on top and the back after the bandage has been removed, there's no pain. I'm going to be naive and say this is how it's going to be going forward. It's going to vary and develop over time, but right now I feel absolutely amazed by it. It was quick in terms of how it was all done, and I'm now on the road to recovery. So this has gone on a little bit longer than I anticipated, but as per every video, I'm going to say this again. If you liked what you heard, give me a like. If you didn't, obviously give me a thumbs down. It all helps. If you want to subscribe to see the journey, please do. And if you have any comments, any questions, you need to know anything, you want any advice, I will give you what I found. You can take that and obviously please do your own research. Please speak to your own doctors and please find your own way in this. Everybody's journey is going to be different, but it's all going to be a journey for the better. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you back home in England after I get there tomorrow.